In the world of marine audio, there are a lot of brands that have different types of pedigree and different stories to get them to where they are today. None is less true than for Fusion Marine Audio, who has an illustrious history in creating great sound in different environments. But if you've been paying attention, Fusion Marine Audio has certainly taken front and center stage these last few years. Today, we've got their product specialist in the studio with us, and we're going to break it all down for you why Fusion Marine is truly a leader within this segment. This is CMA Networks presented by SiriusXM, all about Fusion Marine Audio, and it starts now. Hey everybody, thanks again for tuning in to another show here on CMA Networks. Now, of course, we're talking about marine audio, and we've got a fun one today. We're talking about Fusion Marine. Yes, that very same brand that I remember from back in the day with the green aliens. Yes, they did car audio, but did you know in these last few years, Fusion Marine has certainly taken a dominance within the marine audio segment, not only with product, but definitely backed by innovations and technology. And I, for one, am very excited to dive in deep, find out what the details are and what the rage is all about. Now, we've got Sebastien Prenovo, who is their product specialist and trainer in the studio with us today, and we're going to get right into it. So, Sebastien, my first question out of the gate for you is simple. What is going on with the incredible space and momentum that Fusion Marine has taken up within this marine audio space in recent years? Can you explain to us what is the phenomenon going on here?
Fusion was acquired by Garmin a few years ago. So since then, that Garmin has worked on adding their technology to the Fusion product. So we're now the best in class offering for audio quality. We have easy to use user interface. Our product operates seamlessly across the line, easy to set up, easy to install, and we have a full offering of multi-zone head units.
Well, that sounds like there's a lot that we have to get into today, and we're going to get right in. But before we do that, we want to give us a chance for our sponsor to show off what they're all about. Of course, I'm talking about SiriusXM. So, quick word from our sponsor, and when we come back, we're going to get right into Fusion Marine Audio.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.
All right, folks. So as promised, we're going to dive right in. Now, I have Sebastien with me. Sebastien, obviously, that whole Garmin acquisition was a big deal because that brought in a lot of resources, that brought in financing, that brought in engineers and all that. And one of the key things I think we should focus in on is some of the procedures that are in play when it comes to developing product for Fusion Marine. And I want to be specific because Fusion does a lot to explain the type of testing that all the products go through. Why don't you tell us a little bit and be in detail about what kind of testing Fusion Marine products do undergo?
Our Fusion True Marine products are designed and engineered specifically for the marine environment. We test for vibration, humidity, salt and fog chamber, UV, temperature, shock testing, ingress protection testing, and every IPX7 product is vacuum tested on the product line, on the production line. We design in accordance to the ISO 12216 for stringent pressure and water tightness of our product. All our speakers are as waterproof as hatches or port lights, means that even if you install them at below the water line, they won't let the water through if for any reason there was water in your boat.
Wow, that sounds pretty stringent, and no wonder that dealers have a lot of confidence in your product. So now that we understand the type of testing that these products go through, I'm not going to waste any more time. The dealers have tuned in. Let's get into a brand new product that was just recently launched for this season. We're going to specifically start with the source unit category, and I think many can agree the Fusion source units are quite popular. But let's start with their source units, and more specifically, the brand new WB675 model and its siblings within the line.
Our new Apollo WB675 is our new four-zone hideaway stereos. Using your cell phone, using your watch, or Fusion app, or your chart plotter, you can control four zones separately. It has digital signal processing, so you can tune your speakers directly from the stereo, or you can tune it for an external amp. It doesn't have built-in Wi-Fi, But once connected to a wireless network router or Wi-Fi enabled Apple Series stereo network or any Garmin compatible chart plotter, you can use Apple AirPlay to share music without any quality loss and keep your like how the music is meant to be listened to.
So Fusion Marine, obviously beyond just this new exciting product, is really well known and popular for the source unit category. Sebastian, take some time and explain to us why that is. What are some of the key features that we'll find within Fusion Marine source units that make them so popular?
In the Apple series, we offered Apple AirPlay, which is a big thing for Fusion since we're one of the only company offering that technology, being able to to share through Wi-Fi your music to prevent any quality loss. We have 4-zone stereos, 3-zone stereos. We have a multitude of different stereos to suit every boat. We have some touchscreen unit like the RA770 that has a color LCD touchscreen. We have some units that are networkable through NME 2000 to make it easy to control through your chart plotter. Some other are networkable wirelessly or through network to be able to group different stereos to play in multiple areas on your boat or even on multiple boats while using the Apollo series stereos. We have a full lineup of stereos that makes it accessible to every customers or every dealer.
Well, on that theme of accessibility, we know that the Apollo series certainly represents the highest end offering that Fusion Marine has in its catalog. But what about for the builds that are maybe more concerned about budget? Do you have any budget-friendly models that are packed with features that dealers would be interested in?
Absolutely. We have the RA210, which is a 2-zone stereo with DSP. So you still get the DSP tuning for the built-in amplifier or the external one. It's not non-networkable stereo, unfortunately. So you cannot network it to an Apollo series to use Apple AirPlay, but it still offers a NME 2000 to control through your chart plotter. We have the RA70 series, which is available as a normal RA70 or as a version with NME 2000 and Sirius XM enabled features. It's they're 2-zone stereos, and they're great stereos as well. And we have the entry level one, which will be the RA60 2-zone stereo. Still a Class D amp, still offers a lot of good features, but it's more as an entry level. We also offer some stereo and speaker kits that comes with 6.5 speakers, either classic or sports grill, and they'll offer you an easy package to sell to your customers, and everything comes in the box. It's very convenient for them.
I'm not going to lie, here at CMA, we're a little bit more partial to the units that offer Sirius XM capability, but I think that's pretty obvious. Staying on with source units, what about for the stealthier installs, the hideaway units? What kind of offering do you have for those type of applications?
So for hideaway units, we have the WB675 that we mentioned before. So it's a 4-zone stereo, DSP enable, so that makes it easier to tune, gives you better quality, and also networkable. Doesn't have built-in Wi-Fi, but allows you to connect it to a Wi-Fi router to wirelessly connect using Apple AirPlay. And we also have an entry, like a lower level stereo called the BB100, which is a 2-zone stereo, no DSP, but it's a very convenient and affordable stereo where you can hide somewhere under your console.
All right, Sebastian, let's move along to the next big category when it comes to sound. Of course, we can't have sound without speakers, can we? And when it comes to Fusion Marine, there seems to be quite a big offering in the speaker lineup. Can you take a minute to explain to us what the different series that are available and maybe some of the key benefits for each series?
Our top of the line series would be the Signature 3i. So these offer you crystal clear premium sound quality. They have a curved cone technology, which is a lighter and stronger woven fiber composite that produce a greater sound definition at a higher volume. They're available with RGBW light, LED lights. Makes it like you can do a warmer LCD lighting on your boat compared to a normal RGB. They're available in 6.5, 7.5, and 8.8 speakers. Available as tower speakers in the 6.5 and 8.8 size. We have subwoofers in that series on the 10 and 12-inch size, all available with either sports or classic grills. In the mid-range, we have the XS series available as 4, 6.5, or 7.7 speakers, 10-inch subwoofer speaker. Their RGB lights are available on those, either on sports or classic grill. As an entry level, we have the EL speakers available as a 6.5 speaker, available as well with RGB LED lights, sports or classic grills. And we also offer flush mount speakers or shallow mount speakers.
Well, it certainly sounds like there's a lot of application that literally any store could ask for, and I think a pretty decent breakout of price as well. So that whole good, better, best scenario, of course, we always encourage selling best down, but you guys already know that. Now, moving on to amplifiers, obviously we need stuff to power from the source unit to the speakers. What is the breakout from a Fusion Marine when it comes to amplification?
Well, Fusion has two different series. We have the Apollo series, which is our top of the line. So they're easy to tune DSP amplifiers. Or using your Fusion app, you can input all your what area your speakers will be installed, what speaker size, what models you're using, and it's going to tune everything for you. So they're Class D amplifiers. We have a monoblock that outputs 650 watts RMS or 1100 RMS on 2 ohms. We have 4, 6, and 8 channels amplifiers, all outputting 150 watts RMS on 4 ohms per channel, or 290 watts RMS on 2 ohms. And we also offer a more affordable zone stereo that is a 20 watt RMS stereo that you could use for a cabin, for example. The other series would be the Signature series. So those are Class D amplifiers. They're not DSP like auto-tuned, but with our Fusion app, it's going to create profiles for every speakers, every area of your boat, and it's going to tell you exactly how to tune our amplifiers. We have a monoblock that outputs 500 watts RMS on 4 ohms, 850 on 2 ohms. We have a 4-channel that outputs 150 watts per channels on 4 ohms, 220 on 2 ohms. We also offer 5 channels that have a specific output for a subwoofer. So it's going to give you 4 outputs, 4 channels on 80 watts RMS, and one of 250 watts for your subwoofer. And we also offer a 6 and an 8 channel amplifier that outputs 100 watts RMS on 4 ohms per channel.
All I see here, Sebastian, is a really great selection of different amplifiers at different points with different output channels to really help system build. And I think that's the most important part when you're thinking about Fusion Marine, is that this is a all-inclusive, top-to-bottom solution partner as far as manufacturing product in the marine audio segment. So having said this, we've covered speakers, we've covered amplifiers, and we've covered, of course, your source units. Summarize for us, you've been on the field, you've talking to dealers all over the place. Why do you feel that Fusion Marine truly is an amazing partner for those shops that are seriously dedicated to the marine audio customer?
Yeah, dealer really like the best-in-class audio quality we offer. We have the best amplifier, best speakers, and best stereo on the market. We're one of the only one that offers Apple AirPlay. Easy to use interface. You won't have to learn to study how to use your product. They operate seamlessly together, or we have a full system that's going to work. Amplifier is going to tune automatically using our app, or stereo is going to you can tune the built-in amplifier automatically using your app. They're easy to install and easy to tune. Or for any installers, any dealers, it makes it very convenient. And we also offer a full range of products where you can buy a kit that is very affordable for 2 speakers and a stereo, up to an 8-channel amplifier with a 12-inch subwoofer, or anything you can imagine.
My final word on this is you had me at Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM, and multi-zone, and I'll leave it at that, and I think many of you guys are going to agree with that. I want to give a big shout out to Sebastien Pernavaux for joining us today and sharing some knowledge on all these Fusion Marine products. Now, of course, this show would not be complete if we didn't reach out to their Canadian distributor. That's right. We're going to go to Trends Electronics, and my man Grant McFadder, who's their national sales manager. Grant, Fusion Marine obviously is something very exciting for you guys to have within your lineup. It's obvious. Trends Electronics is dedicated to serving the marine audio industry community. So my first question for you is, was it exciting when you finally got the opportunity to include Fusion Marine in your portfolio? Now, this episode would, of course, not be complete if we didn't reach out to their Canadian partner in distribution, and that is, of course, Trends Electronics. And we're going to go to Trends right now with their national sales manager, which is, of course, our good friend GMAC, better known as Grant McFadder. Now, Grant, obviously, you guys at Trends dedicated to serving that Canadian marine audio industry. You've got incredible brands to back that statement up. But how exciting was it for you to finally be able to incorporate Fusion Marine Audio as part of your offering within that Trends Electronics portfolio?
Man, it was hard getting a hold of these guys. Number one, to become, to reach out to be a distribution partner. They're not an easy group to get a hold of, but once you get a hold of them, they certainly hold your hand the whole way. But yeah, it was massive to get Fusion on board to round out our marine offering. With Wet Sounds, Exile, MTX, Aquatic AV, all the other marine brands we have, we were really missing that flagship head unit source product with the Fusion products. And the rest of their catalog is phenomenal as well, all the way down to entry-level head unit and speaker products.
Now, Grant, you've had the opportunity now to get these products in some of your dealers' hands and showrooms. What's the feedback been, and why is it so popular in your opinion?
Just because, like Sebastien was saying, it's best-in-class product. Head unit-wise, there is nothing that touches the Apollo 770, the 670, the brand new 675 hideaway piece. There's nothing on the market comes close with 4 zones of control, Wi-Fi connectivity and Apple CarPlay. Apple AirPlay, not CarPlay. But the quality of the unit itself, the fit and finish of the product. On the newer Fusion radios, their shallow mounting depth is really key, not only for marine applications, but other applications dealers are finding for it, like golf carts, side-by-sides. Wherever you want to put a good marine quality stereo, they've got a solution for you.
Now, Grant, I'm going to pick your brain a little bit here. You've seen the presentation today and you know the lineup intimately. Can you share with us 2 or 3 hot products that you really want dealers to pay attention to?
Well, the 770 for sure, that's the flagship product. The 670 is, very close behind it. If you don't need 4 zones of control, you go down to 3 zones. You lose a couple of other features, but really the 2 main units, the 670 and the 770, are by far our top sellers. The MSRA 210 for the guys that don't need all the bells and whistles, but still want a really nice looking unit, really good sounding unit. And I think some of the technologies, with the NMEA 2000 connectivity with larger boats with chart plotters, being able to interface that and control your audio from your chart plotter, not having to run over where the stereo is or vice versa. You can just access your chart plotter and change the volume up and down, change tracks, change zones if you want. Stuff like that I think is really, really cool. Some of the bigger boats, they have the party bus mode, which I think is really cool. You can have different audio going in different zones. There's nothing, and again, nothing touches it as far as, there is no number 2 as far as I'm concerned. Fusion is by far number 1.
And lastly, if you can just close it out, what message do you have for dealers to reach out to you and explore the Fusion Marine Audio product for their store?
If you guys are serious about getting a marine audio, Fusion is by far the number 1 choice for head units, by far. Not only do we have the best selection, the widest options of product available as far as a complete lineup, amplifiers, speakers, deck and 2 packages, but the source units themselves, we've got over 13 head units, I believe, combined. So, we have a huge selection. Product is rock solid, 3-year warranty on all the true marine products. Again, no one else backs up with a 3-year warranty, but our friends at Fusion do.
I want to take this opportunity and thank both Grant McFadder from Trends Electronics as well as Sebastien Prenoveau from Fusion Marine for joining us today and shedding some light and details about all this good stuff from Fusion Marine Audio within the marine audio space. That's it for this CMA Networks presentation presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
Hey guys, Ricky Lima here from SiriusXM. I had a chance to speak to some dealers and ask them what they love about selling SiriusXM. Here's what they had to say.
Coast-to-coast coverage.
I love SiriusXM for commercial-free music.
It's a great add-on sale and a profit opportunity.
We love selling SiriusXM because you can listen to the same channel coast to coast.
Profitability and ease of installation. It's a no-brainer.
We love selling SiriusXM for its ease of installation, great profitability, and reliability.
People love it.